Once upon a time, there was a young lady, and she was experiencing life through alternate regions of independently developed memory centers, where the trillions of energetic pathways in the body-mind that carry unconscious memories and all kinds of information had developed independently and were creating alternate types of experiences for different aspects of the self. And during this unique experience, this young lady could not create new conscious memories. And so day by day, moment by moment, she couldn't remember what had just been happening. And within these very unique experiences, among all of the difficulties and challenges and unique miracles that arose, her awareness was amplified throughout internal realities while being reduced in connectivity with external realities. And so while traditional experiences of conscious awareness weren't necessarily there or accessible, there was this hyper awareness of all of this subconscious activity that would normally not be immediately perceivable. Through these unique experiences, this young lady began to create notes about all the stuff she was noticing. And it turned into kind of a map, a treasure map. And she was able to notice the organization of the body-mind in a brand new way that had never been taught to her before. But she was observing it from her own personal experiences and filtering these observations through in-depth research about neuroscience and attachment development. And this young lady began to notice that all of the stuff that was happening and all these hundreds of unique experiences and all these hundreds of unique health challenges and all these dozens and dozens of independent states of activity, it all came down to 4 specific body-mind regions. And how the trillions of energetic pathways in the body-mind were actually organized in relation with very specific attachment needs. And all of this information, including unconscious memories in relation with these very specific attachment needs, were then creating certain styles of meaning-making associations, or messages, navigational messages in the body-mind, basically. Navigational messages in the body-mind. And this affected thoughts, feelings, action patterns, and literally everything. Your personal preferences, your perspectives, what you prefer, what you choose, how you perceive, how you see, how you think, how you feel, how you move, how you make decisions, the types of emotions that naturally arise, all the different stuff that kind of makes you who you are. It was all organized in 4 specific regions where these memories were creating these navigational messages in the body-mind based on specific attachment needs. And so this young lady created something called the Liberated Consciousness Diagram, originally described as the miraculous inner being diagram of consciousness, actually. And then this young lady went through some really intensive healing journey expansion of loving liberation. And basically like hundreds and thousands of dark nights of the soul, to put it really lightly and overly summarized. And then this young lady came out the other side. And all these different body-mind regions were starting to connect with each other and be like, oh, hi, information over there. I know about you now. And all these different parts of the self were like, oh my gosh, hi, so good to meet you, other parts of the self. I've never met you, or it's been a long time since we've connected. I'm so glad to be here. But then this young lady started to be able to create new conscious explicit memories again after 4 years. 4 years of intensive amnesia. 4 years 4 years of not being able to create new memories at all. 4 years of the body mind only creating new unconscious implicit memories. 4 years of not being able to remember what was happening moment to moment or day by day. 4 years. After 4 years of that, this young lady came out the other side and started to be able to create new conscious explicit memories again, and a lot of the unique challenges were dissolving. But then, this young lady could not remember her entire life. No big deal. This young lady couldn't remember her entire life. She couldn't remember any of the experiences that led to creating the Liberated Consciousness Diagram. She couldn't remember her childhood. She couldn't remember her adulthood. She couldn't remember any of it. And that began a brand new journey. And then this young lady created more and more and more healing avenues of loving liberation that allowed her to not just be able to remember her life, but to reorganize the entire body-mind from the ground up, to literally rebuild her entire brain from the ground up so that it functioned better than it ever had in her entire life. And her entire life of experiences were reorganized regarding how the body-mind used its information to navigate life. And so this young lady was a past version of me, and then now I'm here. And through the Liberated Consciousness Diagram, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of amazing purposes, various purposes, but with added pizzazz. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of purposes for the Liberated Consciousness Diagram. And with just a few different lines and a few different shapes, expressed in beautiful color, we can actually explore the hidden miracles of the human existence from the ground up in a really phenomenal, powerful, loving, fun, creative, insightful, informative way. And all of the details about consciousness coming into the human body and neurodevelopment and attachment development and how every experience is organized throughout memories in relation with the well-being of attachment needs in 4 distinct systems, and how that information creates these navigational programs in the body-mind, and how there's parts of the self throughout those experiences that are distinct from and connected with the experiences through the body-mind, and who parts are independently of this brain-body wiring and who they are within the experience of it, and how to distinguish the aspects of the self from the brain-body wiring navigating personal experiences, and how to understand and distinguish the identity of self-essence from the projections of body-mind navigation. Okay, if projections of body-mind navigation create the sense of self, then it's actually reducing the self from knowing itself. And so differentiating, distinguishing that, and understanding different aspects of personality and characteristics and behaviors and emotional responses and perspectives and all these different things that create the human experience, the originating causes of implicit health battles, any type of experience in the mind or with emotions or action patterns, decision-making tendencies, abilities, relational encounters even, and the originating causalities of various thought forms, different patterns of perception, different patterns of narration, different patterns of emotions, all of these different patterns of thought forms, all these different aspects of personality, these different characteristics and traits that contribute to how we encounter ourselves and how we encounter the world around us and how we interact with our own selves and the world around us, how we perceive our bodies, how we interact with our bodies, how we perceive and respond to all these different components of reality from the inside out. They can all be explored, explained, and expressed through the Liberated Consciousness Diagram. And from abstractly exploring its particulars and these specifics of personal experiences and realities to personally and specifically applying them and actually creating treasure maps of the body-mind and of the soul-self aspects experiencing life through the body-mind. There's so many infinite wonders that we can connect with, and it is just absolutely incredible to be able to have diagrammatic expressions or treasure maps of what's happening in hundreds of trillions of energetic pathways beyond awareness, and to understand it simply and succinctly, even though it's so complex and neuroscientific and psychological and all of this stuff, even though there's all these complexities to it, to be able to have it in this succinct and simple way where it's so clear and so easy to understand and so easy to make sense of, but it explains so much, and it is grounded in this deep, deep, deep understanding of the neuroscience of the human experience. And it's just a beautiful, ecstatic journey. And so the Liberated Consciousness Diagram has over 4D specific purposes, Puoirpaises, of what it explains, expresses, and explores about the human experience and how divine consciousness is encountering life through the navigational systems of the body-mind, and what that looks like when it's happening automatically or unconsciously, and what that can look like as we shift and start to consciously navigate life and reshape the body-mind while expanding consciousness. There's so much amazing magic to be had through the Liberated Consciousness Diagram and its treasure mapping expressions. Discover all of the amazing ways that the Liberated Consciousness Diagram can be used to express, explore, and explain so many different aspects of divine consciousness encountering the human experience. And if you'd like to dive into any of these topics deeper and connect with me one-on-one through an audio or video call, or through a group call with some people you're sharing the healing journey of loving liberation with, you can schedule a session with me on my website, and you can explore a treasure trove Tête-à-Tête, a discussional conversation exploring the treasure map of the Liberated Consciousness Diagram. Any of the topics can be explored abstractly or personally and specifically, for just exploring and understanding these concepts in a general way, or for applying the information to specific and personal situations and experiences. I would be honored to connect with you. And if you'd like to explore the Liberated Consciousness Diagram and its treasure mapping potentials through a one-on-one or group video call, then you can also schedule a session. When you schedule a video call with an intention of exploring any aspect of the Liberated Consciousness Diagram, such as through a treasure trove Tête-à-Tête or treasure mapping services, you do receive a free complimentary PDF that has several pages of the Liberated Consciousness Diagram in a way that you can easily draw and take notes and color stuff in and really make it your own as you apply its information to your own personal healing journey of loving liberation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. And please feel free to explore all my other libraries and offerings, including other content on this video channel and all the different links in the video description below. I would be happy to share my sacred divine medicine and magic with you to serve in our highest good as we collectively ascend into greater heights of loving liberation and greater depths of healing restoration through this divine ascension and transformation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. tree. Why are you eating the wall? Stop eating the wood. That's not good for you. Tell the sheep to stop. Tell the sheep to stop eating the wall.